What's going on, golf addicts? It's the Tour Junkies, and this is Tour Junkies After Dark, presented by DraftKings Sportsbook. We're here to talk about the Zurich Classic 2022 from TPC Louisiana, Pete Dye Design in Avondale, Louisiana. It's a unique event on the PGA Tour because it is a team event. It's not the President's Cup, it's not the Ryder Cup, but it's two-man teams, and it's 80 teams. Are you okay? Are we good?
Sorry, it's a sneeze. I don't know how you're supposed to control a sneeze.
Okay. Team event. It's they've been doing this since 2017. Okay. Let's see. Cameron Smith and Mark Leishman won it last year. You've had let's see who else has won it. Billy Ho, I think, has won it. No, he didn't. He hadn't won the team side. He won individually. Cameron Smith also won it with Jonas Blixt in the first year.
Yeah,
just won it twice
over Kiz and Scott Brown.
Over Kiz and Scott Brown. Yeah. It's a unique event. Listen, this is not the week to get bogged down in your models and running stats and all that stuff. Like, this is a unique format with team play. They're going to play best ball or four ball on round one. Then on round two, they're going to play foursomes, which is alternate shot. And then they're going to make a cut. Top 33 teams and ties are going to play the weekend. But it's still really like stroke play from there. Like, they're not actually – so – you know, if me and Pat are playing against two guys, like, we're not just playing against them. You're playing a stroke play event in some sense. So it's just a unique event. It's not like the Ryder Cup or President's Cup. I think you have to take into account a little bit of like experience in this event, some form for sure, team chemistry, I guess, motivation, maybe another factor. I mean, the winners do get 400 FedEx Cup points apiece. It's a $1.5 million payout that's split up between the two. I do believe, Pat, they also get an invite to the Masters and other majors. So it's like,
I don't think they get the Masters invite.
Yeah, they do. I think they do. I'm pretty sure I saw that. It's stronger than like winning Corrales or whatever.
That's crazy that they would get the Masters invite.
Yeah. Yep. Let's see. What do winners get for winning Zurich Classic? I'm pretty sure I saw this right.
I mean, like, Bill Haas is playing with Jay Haas. So like, Jay Haas is like 70 years old. So like, if they win, now they are the longest shot odds on here. Like, Jay Haas is playing in the Masters.
Pretty bananas. I don't know where I saw that. I could be making that up. Who knows? It's after dark.
Oh, whatever. Who cares?
We don't know. But let's get into it, Pat. Let's talk about it's a par 72, 7,400 yard Pete Dye Design. Let's talk about some of our favorite bets on the board. We got some outright bets. DraftKings dropped. We've got some matchups, I see. I might have a couple of those. I got a couple top fives I like, Pat. But let's start at the top of the betting board. Your betting favorites are the power team of Colin Morikawa and Victor Hovland at 6.5 to 1, followed by Patrick Cantlay and Xander Schauffele at 8 to 1, who I believe those two play together a lot at the Ryder Cup and did quite well. Am I making that up? Maybe I'm just making up a bunch of stuff.
I don't know. I can't remember, but
I mean, and then Ryan Palmer, who continues to have nude pictures of the number one player in the world. He's played this event with Jordan Spieth when Jordan Spieth was number one in the world. He's played this event with Jon Rahm twice, once when he was number one in the world, and he's now playing it with new number one in the world and the hottest golfer on the planet, Scottie Scheffler. They are at 9 to 1 on DraftKings. Anybody in this top tier range that interests you, Pat?
I don't know. Palmer seems like that guy that plays in a member guest that just always has a great partner, and you just like he changes them out, but doesn't matter. I don't like this. But anyway, here's all right. So you didn't even talk about these two. But I think at the top, well, actually, I'll leave this one out because I got a video coming out. I'm going to leave this one out. I don't want you to know about this.
Okay.
I'm going to go with Horschel and Burns at 12 to 1.
I didn't see that coming. I thought, last week we talked about Horschel.
I know we argued about Horschel, but I think I think this is a good team. Burns is obviously playing well. He won it at the Valspar. Horschel played much better than I thought he would last week at the Heritage. Burns is a Louisiana kid. So I think that I think this is a very good team combination. And that's really, like you said, like, I think you can't really sit here and get bogged down in stats this week and, all of these other kind of things that we typically look at every week. And you just want to look at the chemistry of these guys, whether or not you feel like they can be good teammates together. I think these two can. So I think Horschel and Burns at the top there at 12 to 1 is a pretty good play. If we're talking like favorites in
Yeah.
this case.
Well, that's actually the only team I had picked here. So we didn't talk about this, but that's the only team I had selected here shorter than 25-1. For the same reason. I see both of these guys as kind of they're killers. They're both killers on the golf course. So I like it. Couple of strong players. They're both playing really well right now. Burns coming off a victory not too long ago at the Valspar, defending his title. Horschel's been playing really well. I think Horschel's always looking for a reason to, flex to his match play abilities or his partnering abilities for the Ryder Cup. He's a big Ryder Cup guy, wants to be on that team. So I think he'll probably be thinking about that as well. Moving down the board, I do like the team from Chile. I do like a little Joaquin Niemann and Mito Pereira at 25-1. Both playing very well, both great ball strikers. The two Chileans, young men on the PGA Tour. Niemann already a multiple PGA Tour winner. Just won the Genesis a couple of months ago. Mito has been, the guy won 3 times on the Korn Ferry Tour, got his Battlefield exemption to the PGA Tour quickly, and has played really well on the PGA Tour. He's not contended on Sundays, but he's played really well. And a win here would mean a lot for him. They do get a 2-year exemption. I can guarantee you that. The winners get 2-year exemptions.
Yeah, they do.
It's a lot of FedEx Cup points, and it's a big deal for a guy like Mito Pereira. So I like the two young Chileans at 25-1. That just feels like a team that could go out and really disturb some folks. Tee to green, they're just two elite ball strikers, seemingly right now. Maybe not elite. I probably shouldn't have said the word elite. Niemann, probably yes. I don't know that we're ready to give that up to Mito, but his stats are definitely impressive the way he's hitting the ball right now. So I do like those two in the 25-1 category. And that's about it for me for like short guys. Like then I'm going to kind of get up into this mid-range.
Well, I got one more that I'll talk about here that I like, and I think that Mito Niemann pairing is a good one. And a lot of things, like when you talk about this week, like it's not just you can't just think about day one, so round 1 and round 3, where it's best ball and they're going to be scoring a ton. I mean, you got to like think about how are these guys going to play? Will they play well together in alternate shot? Because that's really where the money is made.
Yeah,
alternate shot. I mean, that's where it happens. And to me, a good team that are going to be good when it comes to best ball, but I think it might even be better when it comes to alternate shot is Homa and Gooch right there at 22-1. I like that pairing. These are two guys that are playing very solid this year. They've been playing solid for really the last couple of years. Gooch, I'm surprised he hasn't won yet so far this year. I know he won last year, but I think this is a good pairing here. And at 22-1, I like that number for those two. So those, so 22-1 Homa and Gooch, and then Horschel and Burns at 12-1.
I like this pairing. I'm going to kind of walk down the board here a little bit. I really like the Keegan Bradley and Brendan Steele pairing at 45-1. These guys have played in this event before. They've got a little bit of history together. Keegan's obviously been playing really well right now. Had a chance late to win the Players Championship. He's been hitting the ball like he always does. Brendan Steele, you would think, not been playing great, and he didn't. He didn't start the year great, but his last few events, his off the tee play, his approach play, has definitely been trending in the right direction. In fact, he's gaining a ton of strokes in ball striking in his last few events. He's looking like kind of a classic Brendan Steele. I mean, this guy is also a multiple-time PGA Tour winner. Now, both of these guys have some of the ugliest swings on the PGA Tour. I can't stand either one of them in terms of their golf swings, but they get it done. They hit the ball really, really well. They're both flushers. They both have plenty of distance here, and both rounding into form and have some chemistry. So at 45-1, I kind of like the team of Bradley and Steele, which feels like a law firm a little bit. That's definitely the law firm team name or team combo of the tournament. I think Bradley and Steele.
Yeah, the team combo that I think is like team. Let me get the other guy back on tour is the electric team of Sung J M and Benny On at 40-1. Now, look, let's just, Sung J M is Sung J M. He is a fantastic player.
Yeah.
He's been playing well this year. He seems to have these blow up holes that kind of screw up his rounds. It's like, at Harbor Town last week, he starts like dunking his second shot, makes an eagle, and then he just I think he bogeys the next 3. Then he has all these birds. I mean, M is just kind of a Jekyll and Hyde type player, but Benny On has been playing well on the Korn Ferry Tour this year. And that's what he's been regulated to lately. So
Yeah.
This kind of feels like a pairing that is coming here to really focus and win. 40-1 seems a little uncomfortable. Like, I wish it was
short to me.
It's a little short. I wish it was a little bit longer, but I just got to mention them because I think that is a good team. I do think it's a good team. 40-1 may be a little bit short. But if I'm going a little bit longer here, the guys that I like, JT Poston coming off a 64 in round 4.
Yep.
At the Heritage last week, and Patton Kazire, they are both at 60-1, both playing. Poston is kind of like, we've been sort of looking for a little bit of
60-1 because they're on the same team.
I mean, you know what I mean. We've been looking for a little bit of form out of Poston, and we saw that on Sunday. Kazire has shown it. He's shown form lately. I think, and they live on Sea Island together. They play a ton of golf together. They obviously know that they play well together, and that's the reason that they're paired up here, because they want to win. So I think that Poston and Kazire at 60-1 is a very good number here, and a very good team that could win this. And I like them for this middle range.
Yeah, couldn't agree more. It was nice to see Poston have a great tournament at the RBC, finishing 30, gain strokes in every single category, which we have not seen him do that in a long time. And you're right, there's Sea Island boys that play together all the time, but at the same time, I got to walk inside the ropes at the Players Championship with these guys, choosing to play a practice round together on Tuesday at the Players. Like, they like each other enough. There's enough chemistry there as buddies that they, even though they live together and they play together, or they live near each other and they play together all the time at home, they still play together on the road. Like, and that's what you want. You want some of that chemistry. You want the guys who know what to say, what to do when they need to get pick their guy up or do something to get a fire lit under your player. And you're talking about 3 PGA Tour victories between the two of those guys. I definitely think that team is in play at 60-1. I like that call a lot. I got one more, and it's a bomb, and I figure we're both going to talk about him, and it's obviously Kevin Kissner and Scott Brown.
Yeah.
Talk about teams with chemistry. Brownie and Kissner have more chemistry than any possible team on this board, and that's at home, playing at Palmetto Golf Club in Aiken, South Carolina. They live near each other. Their families do stuff together. They came up in professional golf together. Brownie recently losing status, relegated down to the Korn Ferry Tour, trying to get back up to the PGA Tour. Talk about a guy who needs a big week. It's Scott Brown. And talk about a guy in Kevin Kissner that, as much as Kissner makes things about himself, if there's one guy that Kissner would play for other than Kevin Kissner, it's Scott Brown. And so I know Kiss is going to come here ready to go. These guys make a habit of beating people in Tuesday practice round matches all the time. Guys way out of their league. These two are match play studs with a lot of motivation to get Brownie going. And 100-1 is a large number for this team. This is a team who finished, now they missed the cut at this event last year. But prior to that, they finished 4th, 15th, and runner-up, like we said earlier, to Cam Smith and Jonas Blixt in the playoff the first year they did this in 2017. So, it's not like Scott Brown was ever like some stud on tour, right? And Kevin Kissner and Scott Brown have beat up on people at this event 3 out of 4 years. And it could happen again this year. 100-1 is a long number. I've seen it much shorter. I've seen it as low as 55-1 on other books. So as long as DraftKings is hanging that 100-1 number up there, I think you got to take advantage of it.
Yeah, I agree. I think they are a great team. They were definitely one that I had on the board here. I will mention, though, just to say it right above them, because there's a big jump between them and the next group of players, and Matt Naismith and Taylor Moore at 130-1, I think is a good kind of sneaky young combo that's at a good number there at 130-1. So if anybody's, if you're kind of looking around where Kiz is and Brown, don't forget those two right there.
All right, I got 3 matchups, Pat. We talked about 2 of these teams already. Keegan Bradley and Brendan Steele have a tournament matchup against Ben-An and Sungjae Im. I mean, I'm assuming you would take the Ben-An and Sungjae Im line here.
Yes, absolutely.
Basically a coin toss here. It's -110 for both. So I would take Keegan Bradley and Brendan Steele on that every day of the week. And then I'd like a couple plus money matchups. Kazire and Poston are +105 to Cameron Tringali and Wyndham Clark, which I do not understand that line whatsoever. I like both of those players, but I don't know how DraftKings necessarily arrived at that line. I think +105 is a big time value on Kazire and Poston. And then finally, I found some studs up at the top. I mean, Leishman and Cam Smith are plus 100 against Palmer and Scotty Scheffler, and I'll take it. I know Scotty Scheffler's the man right now, and I don't necessarily think he's going to like come out here and just not care after winning the Masters. I'm not saying that. But I think just on principle of Ryan Palmer continuing year after year to play with the number one player in the world, I'm going against him and giving the plus money on the defending champs. Cam Smith is arguably, I mean, he's the second hottest golfer in the world, right? To Scotty Scheffler. So there's not much of a gap between those two at the moment. And Leishman, I definitely trust more than I trust Ryan Palmer. So I'll take the plus 100 matchup there.
All right. Well, I don't have any matchups. I will throw out one top 20.
Top 20? They're doing top 20s?
Yeah. They're doing top 20s.
With 80 guys?
Yeah. Okay. So I'm going to go with here. This is why I'm going to go with this, because if he's ever going to win anybody money, this is what you do. Patrick Rogers.
Oh, God.
And Brandon Wu.
What?
Top 20. Patrick Rogers can make a lot of birdies. They're plus 400, 4-1. This is the time to actually win money on Patrick Rogers this week.
That is irresponsible.
I mean, it's DraftKings After Dark. Irresponsible things happen.
I do have two top fives I like. And I almost put these guys on the outright look, but I just don't think they quite have enough firepower as a team to get across the line and win, but I think they could top five. Brendan Grace and Garrick Higgo, young and old South Africans here. Higgo's been hot lately. Brendan Grace popped a little bit ball striking wise at the RBC Heritage. They're 16-1 to finish top five. And then the team from Sweden, Alex Noren and Henrik Norlander, 14-1 top five. We've been talking about Alex Noren all year.
Yeah.
He's been playing fantastic. Norlander needs to step it up, but like he is another guy who needs a good week on the PGA Tour. So lucky for him, he's paired with Alex Noren, who's been playing very, very well. That team should be motivated. They've played together in this before. At 14-1 for a top five, I think that's definitely possible. So that's it for me.
Yep.
That's it for us. We're the Tour Junkies. This has been Tour Junkies After Dark, presented by DraftKings Sportsbook for the Zurich Classic. Give it a thumbs up, hit the like button, hit the subscribe here on the DraftKings YouTube channel, and comment what you think. You know what, they do walk-up songs here. What would be your walk-up song if you're playing this thing? Me and Pat playing a member guest a lot, and one of our favorite songs is "Curtains" by Lil Wayne. Sorry, Lil Wayne. So that'll probably be one of ours in the running. Put that in there. Give us a comment. All right. And let's have a week. Let's make DraftKings pay for hanging that Kissner brownie line at 100-1. All right. Hit it. If that thing is 75-1 or longer, you hit it. All right, people. That's it for us. We'll be back next week for the Mexico Open. Brand new event on the PGA Tour. Brand new course. Should be fun. Let's have a week. See you. Out.